Hi. Uh, can you help me fill this out? And because this guy right here, this is all his information. He's been calling here about me on the 7th and gossiping about me on the phone with the Terrytown police.
We don't have anything under anybody with that name. Are you sure it was this police department?
Yeah, he called on the 7th. This was the first police department he called on the 7th. Then he called to the Pelham police on the 7th.
Did he make a report or anything? Because we don't have
I don't know. I want the phone records though for the phone call recording of when he called here because I know he was talking about me. Because he's calling around to every department in the county. I just got done speaking to the Ardsley police and I know he was speaking to them too, but they got very upset when I went there because I called them out on the guy calling and he was like, well, he definitely knew who this guy was. And then he kept saying, well, what was the crime?
Do you know when he called?
I don't know the time. All I have is the phone. I can show you the screenshot.
Do you know what time that was?
No, I don't know the time.
Anything on here with? I mean, you could put down the date, but without like any other information, it's hard to. There's no report or anything like that.
Yeah, but
So
the phone
might have
calls
just
here
called
are
and hung up or
recorded though,
something.
right? The
Huh?
phone calls are recorded here.
Yeah, but he might have just called and hung up because I don't see anything.
Well, I don't. But is it possible like he could have just called and like started like talking about like gossiping or something, and no one took a report?
I mean, if he says something that sounds crazy, we just kind of hang up. There's nothing really like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I would still like to. I mean, if you can put on there like to at least request a recording of the phone call.
I mean, if you could fill that part out if there is.
I don't know how to
Yeah, all
write
you
any.
gotta do is just put your name, your signature, mailing address, telephone, and email. And if there is anything, then they'll let you know.
Okay, but what do
Yeah.
I write at the top? Because
It's just literally this part right here, and I could put July 7th. If there's anything, then they could. But like I said, if he called and just hung up or something, they're not gonna have anything.
I think he called and was talking about because he called my phone 2 times.
mentally.
Yeah, he's mentally.
So they might have just hung up, like if something like that.
But he's in Ireland. That's why I left. You can keep that paper with his
Yeah.
name just in case he calls again because for some reason he's fixated with. I don't even live in Terrytown.
Yeah.
I live down
And
by
it looks like it's like a number that's coming from out of the
Ireland.
country.
It's
Yeah.
Ireland. He lives
So it
at.
might
That's
have
his
not even-
address. Yeah.
But if you want, just put your name, signature, mailing address, telephone, and email,
Okay.
and if just this part right here.
All right. I'll fill that out. Yeah.
And then just
So, I guess I'm just requesting the phone record, just the recording of the phone call from July 7th from that phone number, and see, because he also called the Pelham police, and I tried to get a full request from Pelham, and they said they didn't have full request forms, and they wouldn't do it on a blank piece. I don't really, as far as I know, you can do full requests on blank pieces of paper, but he said he wanted it to be official, so he said he didn't have a full request form, and he couldn't print any up.
yeah.
So I came here to get one to see if you guys have
if they
anything.
have anything, then they'll reach out to you.
Okay.
If not, then you know you can always call and find out. But it might be one of those things where sometimes, especially if it's
He calls and
international, they
hangs
call and
up,
they hang up,
yeah.
or if it sounds like so, you know, like sometimes we'll be like, hello, hello, if nobody answers, or it sounds like we just hang up.
Yeah, no, because what he did is he did a crime back in 7/18/2020 in Eastchester. He calls all around the county.
Yeah.
So he called Eastchester back in 2020 and said that I had a gun in Tuckahoe Starbucks, and it caused like the Bronxville police to go to Starbucks, Tuckahoe, Eastchester.
Yeah, it's like
I
you
gotta-
might be flagged there if it's something like that.
Yeah, so now what he's doing, he's trying to call all around here
Yeah.
places like people don't know him and
Yeah.
start this whole thing
we
again.
get a lot of people like that call and just say stuff.
You guys don't have a Starbucks, do you? So I mean that's a good thing
because
because all he seems to
People
know.
will call and say nice things every single day. Some people will call in and say like same exact thing as that. Like we
Yeah.
kind of know when it's spoofing, especially when it's a number that comes up like that. We're kind of like, where it's
Yeah,
not, it's coming from
because it's an out of
different-
country
yeah.
number. It's-
But it is definitely good to know. But like if anything, you can always call if you need to check up on something.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, they'll notify you if they find anything like that. If they don't, it's probably just because either the call didn't go through, or
He
they
hung
just
up, or
it's
yeah.
just yeah.
And you guys have like caller ID, so you can see where the person's actually
Yeah,
calling
usually
from.
it'll come up with the number.
Okay.
Unless it's like a private call,
Yeah.
but usually.
All right. Well, that's good to know. All right. Thank you so much. What's your name again?
Officer Schubert.
Nice to meet you. I'm Anthony.
Do you want this? Or
No, you can keep that here just in case if he calls. Keep that by the desk, and if he calls, you guys know who he is. He talks with a heavy Irish accent. That's his name. I don't say his name,
Yeah.
but if he calls, you got it. You got his information.
No, we're not worried about you. We're worried about people calling, and if they're saying stuff, then we
Yeah.
want to know if it's like spoofing or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's someone who done a crime, and if
They
he
start
calls,
on one side of the county and come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
We get that a lot.
Yeah.
So.
well, all right. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Take care. Bye bye.